Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. So my internet is back up and we are back on schedule. Hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. I tried to post basically everything that would have gone up otherwise. As soon as it came back up, we did miss an episode of, I believe, 762 High Caliber and Battle Brothers, which I'm just going to push back to the next day that those would have been posted. But a Clash of Kings still went up on Saturday evening, as well as another first look video. So if you guys missed those because they weren't up at their usual times yesterday, definitely swing by the channel page to check those out. But otherwise, let's just kind of get started. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to help the channel grow and the best way to follow along with this series as it plays out. And don't forget to hit that like button as well if you're enjoying this series and you'd like to see more of it. Right, so in the last episode, we had been sort of dealing with the fallout of taking Carhold for ourselves and sort of adjusting to being a High Lord. And so, oh, I hit the wrong button. Your prisoner Melantha has requested an audience with you. She wants to pay her own way out. I will accept. If she tries anything else, though, we are going to basically execute her. Because she was trying to kill my sister, if I recall. My sister, my aunt, one of them. Anywho, we were dealing with the fallout of taking Carhold for ourselves. And I had made a mistake. Okay, apparently he really enjoys falconing. Or falconry, or whatever the word is for that. I had mistakenly given Eastmelt to Lord Sherian Hardy without ensuring that he would be a minor lord under our High Lordship, because I hadn't created the High Lordship yet. And so luckily, Bessa Stark put him under my High Lordship after we had created it, and so that was really nice for it. And she also promoted me to Master at Arms of the North, which was cool too. So our standing in the kingdom, or are we in a kingdom right now? No, we're just in the realm of the north, I guess. And anywho, our standing is much, much higher than it had been, so that's cool. Currently, we're saving up money to do some upgrades, preferably on Carhold. I'm shooting for... Where did it go? I totally lost it. There it is, Castletown. So 175, that'll boost our tax income by 1.5, which should allow us to make more money and in turn upgrade other things faster. So 2 people eloped, got married without anyone's consent except their own, and it falls to me as their liege to either accept the marriage or do something about it. So let's see. Brennet Karstark and Jane Overton. Huh. Let's see. I don't really care that much. I mean, she wasn't betrothed to anybody else. Neither was he. I mean, I get that back in these days that was kind of a no-no, but I don't really have an issue with it. I lose a little bit of prestige, but whatever. I don't care. Who are we supposed to imprison? It wants me to re-imprison Melantha. That seems a little bit dishonest to throw her back in jail after she paid her way out. So let's see. I'm going to tell her to stop backing this plot. Oh, that's right. She wasn't trying to kill our sister. She was in on our uncle's plot to kill us. That's what it was. She's going to accept that demand. And I wish I could get him to stop it, but I unfortunately can't really do much about that. Nelsor Raventree, what is he doing? He's plotting to do something as well. Let's just end his plot. And I'm sure that'll be fine. Meanwhile, we got to figure out where we want to move to next. Okay, he's going to accept. That's perfect. We had considered maybe going after the Dreadfort, but they are pretty strong. We've also thought about going after the Umbers in Last Hearth, but they're also pretty strong. Although I believe a bit more divided than the Dreadfort is. Possibly not. Let's see, he is independent, so that's something to consider as well. We could take Hornwood for ourselves. Although it's possible that Bessa Stark would basically just take the vassal from us. Let's see, we can't even declare war. Oh, we need a claim, obviously, yeah. So that's something we could try. But that's a bit far away. That's a pretty strong levy, though. That would be enough to put us over the top against just about any enemy we had. Also, we were working this angle with Heward, our nephew, possibly becoming our heir, or remaining our heir, I guess I should say. In which case, he would basically become the High Lord of both White Harbor and Carhold, making him probably the second most powerful person in the North, following Bessa Stark. So that's something to consider. I mean, it's not really something that we can actively work on, but it's something that, you know, if we were to have the option of like going for another heir versus just kind of staying where we're at, obviously we should probably try not to have a different heir. Okay, so our alliance with the Conningtons has broken down. Argilac Connington was slain by the Lord Paramount of the Reach. Very interesting. Not that that really mattered. He was a nobody for a long time. It still wants me to imprison her. She actually doesn't hate me all that much, so I'm not going to... Uh-oh. Hopefully... Well, I guess it doesn't matter whether it's a boy or girl at this point. I mean, I hate to say it, but maybe we'll get lucky and it'll be stillborn, and then, again, Heward will be our heir. Again, Heward's not a great character. He got incompetent incompetent commander, which is not the best trait that he could have gotten. He's also depressed, but he is in position to become a very powerful person if we can pull this off, and that might be the more important thing. The North looks like it's losing this battle here. We might end up eventually being subservient to the King Beyond the Wall if we can't hold the line here. I don't really have enough men to combat that. I'm surprised the Umbers aren't really getting involved here. They have probably, no, not quite enough men to turn that army back, but they could have made a difference there. So Arundel, Shadowmoor, those are independent. Breakstone Hill is also independent. This was. A lot of these are. I should maybe go after some of them. What is my, let's get rid of these. Oh, we got somebody joining our faction. That's cool. Where is our faction currently at? Okay, we're too strong, but that puts us at 89.8, so basically 90% of our liege's current strength. If we can get that to like 200%, we could probably pull that one off without any fighting at all. If we're about even, I think she's probably going to make us fight for it, which is something that I'd prefer not to do. I'm not interested in a war with the Starks. I just think that pushing the High Lordship or whatever of the North to an elective monarchy would potentially give us an opportunity to, you know, jump into that role with a character of ours, or at least of our bloodline. Right, so I was going to see what our Justicar is currently doing. She's fabricating claims in Eastmelt, which is no longer necessary. So why don't you start working as Shadowmoor? That'll be our first target. And let's see. Declare war. Yeah, we just need a valid claim. Doesn't appear that we can really do anything else. But yeah, we gotta watch out for this army here. There's another Stark army moving in though, so that's good. And it's 6,000 strong, so it should be able to beat that one. Okay. Okay. But yeah, I'd prefer not to be conquered by the wildlings if I can help it. Very interesting what's going on up here. The Night's Watch got utterly obliterated. Winter is coming to an end, okay. We had a daughter named Alyssane. Oh, and she also died stillborn? Yeah. So it would appear that our wife cannot have children. Which means that Heward is more than likely going to remain our heir. Which I guess is what we wanted. Priest Lawrence has been a legal and able servant, blah blah blah. Do I pay him? That's a lot of money, man. Hang on a second. I have enough to, you know, we'll pay him first, and then I'll let that tick up a little bit, and then we're gonna make that investment. We'll see. Let's get that back up to like 180, 185 or something, and then we'll go ahead and buy the castle town. It should tick up a little bit faster now that we're getting into like the spring and summer months, because we have all the farms and stuff working where they weren't before. Okay, that's probably good enough. So we'll start on the castle town. That's going to take about a year and a half or so. But once that's done, our tax income is going to go up pretty considerably. So right now, we're basically making 2.9 per month. That would increase it to 4.4, which is a pretty good jump. Let's see. What is this? Okay, I don't know about that. Blah, 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 blah. What's all this about? Non-aggression pact between Nelsor Raventree and Lucas Hardy. What happened? Okay. So her heir is a Hardy. Got it. That's not really all that concerning to me. As long as that remains... As long as the Lord of Eastmelt remains my vassal, I honestly don't care who holds it, as long as they're loyal to me. I mean, obviously, somebody of my bloodline is, you know, nice, but it's not a huge concern to me. So, Winton Woolfield is her potential husband. Let's see. She is the daughter of Lord Sherian, who died of pneumonia. That's a shame. And Daisy. Unfortunately, well, she's actually a pretty good character. Not nearly as good as her mother. Actually, no, I guess she is. I thought she was a better all-around character, but I guess I was just remembering she's very good at diplomacy. My sister, on the other hand, well, sisters, but Bethany especially is an absolute beast, and then Mira was pretty good as well. She is... Are you single? Let's invite her to court. We'll make... I mean, I don't want to say, like, making use of her. Like, I don't want to make it sound weird, like we're going to, like, take advantage of her being single, but she's a good character, and we would obviously be better for having her around. I'm not sure what purpose she could serve, because I don't think she can take a council position without being our wife, which is obviously not doable. So yeah, she can't exactly sit on the council. Bethany could, because she was our sister, I think. No, I guess she can take positions here. Master at Arms, she would actually be a decent Master at Arms. But she would be an even better treasurer, which is the most important thing. Although, she might be a really good castellan. Can I put her at Castellan? No, apparently that has to be male, which is kind of weird. Okay, well, sorry, Athan, but you're going to get replaced by Mira. Yeah. So we'll appoint her there, and she's going to collect taxes and car hold for us, and she should be a little bit more effective at that than he was. So at least we have that going for us. We now have a very, very good council member on our side. I thought you were converting people or something. Go do that. You're scheming and car hold. Hopefully you can fabricate a claim on Shadowmoor for us. Let's see. Yeah, we could take them pretty easily. To my Lord Nelsor, I write this letter to inform you of a great threat. Lord Heward II is not the child of Athan at all, but the product of adultery on the part of his mother and another man. I urge all good lords of the realm to take arms against this deception. But wait. If that happens, if he's no longer my heir, this could be very bad for us. Like, I don't really stand to gain anything from that. As far as the game's concerned, he's House Raventree, and so that means that we can play as him. And so I think we're better off just trying to suppress this. Plus, like, who are you exactly? Danny Manderley, Lord, or I guess Justicar of Hornwood. Like, I don't see why she would really have any sort of stake in this other than to maybe depose him. Like, obviously, where's Hornwood? Right here. So, interesting. Yeah, I think what she's trying to get at is she's trying to depose him because this is typically a Manderley held lordship, and he's obviously not a Manderley. So I think she's probably making that up or fabricating it or something. Okay, so you're still on the up and up. Why do you hate me? Because I imprisoned you? Well, you deserved it. Stop backing that damn plot or I'm going to throw you in it again. Okay. Your niece is responding very well to my tuition. She's improved her skills in advancing knowledge every day. And she's craven and cruel, which isn't good, but at least she's temperate. She's not going to be a very good character, not nearly as good as her mother was, but that's sort of what happens when you marry for alliances and not for breeding, is that you end up marrying buffoons like this guy who look very apish and aren't very good characters. Let's see. I don't get involved in this stuff. Don't bother me with that junk. Yeah, she's gonna stop backing that plot again, and if we catch her in it one more time, we're gonna imprison her. Yet again, and this time she won't be buying her way out. So hopefully our cousin can hold this down. Good thing is she's still young, and she is betrothed. Oh, she's actually married. That's interesting. And she's married to a 14-year-old. But yeah, hopefully they have an heir so that I don't have to continue to worry about this. And oh, we just fell under a new kingdom. So we're back under the King of the Iron Throne, under Renly Baratheon. Yet again. I think yet again. I feel like he's been king before. He doesn't have a child, though. Huh. He doesn't have very good skills at all, or traits. No son. So who is this? Lomas Baratheon, who is the son of Stannis Baratheon. Okay. Died of depression. He was in the Night's Watch, obviously. He had 1 child. And this guy has 2 children. So, Devin Baratheon, you could eventually become king on the Iron Throne. So, you would be interested in that. How about a matrilineal marriage? Interesting, they would accept that. But the issue there is that she's not a Raventree, so that wouldn't help me. I wish I had a young Raventree female to marry to him, because that would be just a perfect setup, because again, this is his heir. His heir would be this kid, but because he's a nobody right now, they don't care. They can't see far enough down the road where I can. There we go. Karstark, yeah, Mira, or sorry, Wyla. We'll go matrilineal. No on that one. Interesting. She's unimportant. What about Mira? Mira's pretty important. Really, not at all. Because of her age. Got it. Well, damn. Why would they have accepted the other girl then? That's strange. Because she's not really all that important either. This sucks because this could be such a powerful move for us, but I just don't see... Like, this isn't going to help us at all because she's a Connington. No, but they would accept that because she's unimportant. I don't understand how she is. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know what we should do about this, but this is like make or break here. We could potentially put a Raventree on the Iron Throne if we play our cards right here. And that's a huge jump, obviously, from where we started. Probably the biggest jump you can make. So, let me know what you guys think or how we should go about this. We obviously need to find a suitable Raventree female to make this happen. And that might be hard to come by because we only have the one right now. Well, we have 3. 2 of which are too old and the other one isn't important enough or isn't of high enough standing. And so, yeah, it could be very difficult for us to make that happen. But if it is, you know, possible, it would be just an absolutely huge like coup on our part, where we go from like Weeping Bay to Carhold to, you know, king or queen of the Iron Throne. That would just be amazing. Let's see. I think we are starting to run out of time, so I suppose we'll end the episode here. Actually, before we do that real quick, I just want to take a look. We're going to look at any and all Raventrees. Oh, not plural. They need to be female, and they need to not be married. So these are our options, which the prospects don't look good. We've got Shira, our cousin, who is not married, but probably unimportant and definitely too old because he's only 16. Daisy, I thought was married. Oh, right. He died, but she's obviously, excuse me, too old as well. Mira, too old. Wyla was close, but she's not important enough. So that one's a bit of a shame as well. And then young Shira here isn't important enough either, which is a shame. Real shame. So I'm not sure what we should do here, but these are our options, and you guys have seen the situation. So let me know if you guys can come up with any ideas on how we might be able to use that to our advantage. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.